As you talk sports, so we're talking boxing with the brains behind Misfits. Mams Taylor, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. How are you, man?
I'm good. I feel like today was kind of one of those old classic Misfits press conferences where everything's going crazy. What did you make of it today?
I think it had a retro feel to it a little bit, It's evolved. Everything evolves. Everything changes. People are getting better at the sport. There's a higher standard overall, but it had a retro feel where we're introducing and unlocking new characters. There's new superstars, and on Saturday, I think Saturday night will determine who those new superstars are.
And obviously, I'm sure with dealing with a lot of the matchmaking and that sort of stuff, I'm guessing you've got your people that you want to win in order for the storylines and the bigger fights. Is Danny Aaron's one of those people who you kind of see playing a big part of the future of Misfits boxing?
Look, Danny Aaron's is no doubt a superstar in his own right already. Has massive engagement, really likable guy. People love him. He's got a big fan base. Can he back it up in the ring? And if he can, then absolutely. He could be a future pay-per-view star for sure.
And obviously another person who JJ mentioned who could be a pay-per-view star was scrapping on the stage today, HS Tiki Toki. What did you make of that ordeal?
Oh man, it was intense, and I didn't expect anything less. I think the guy has he's got a gift of the gab, and he's got an unbelievably hard right, and he knows how to find your chin. Now, if he can back that up with hard work, dedication, his skill level will go up, and he'll be a real contender, and he'll be beating the likes of Jake Paul in a year from now.
Well, I've spoken to him, and he's very confident. He said that I can come and I suppose we're going to do that now. We're going to verify with you. He had a fight with the game organised, and the game pulled out. Is that true?
It was organised. It was going to be a headline pay-per-view. Like I'm big on HS. I think if HS puts some time and dedication into training, he's going to do amazing things. And I think it would have been a massive fight. I mean, that's a very mainstream rapper with a big following against HS coming to conquer him in America. I think it would have been really fun fight.
And yeah, off camera he told me a little bit more about that contract. So if he can stay with that, I'm sure HS is going to be a big superstar. But JJ, obviously, he's still going to be playing a big part in the pay-per-view. Have you had any talks about when you're going to get a rearranged fight with Slim and AT, or possibly new opponents?
Well, as you know, AT's fighting. He fought a few weeks ago. He's just wants to keep fighting, and I love that attitude. He'll fight anyone, and we need that. And AT's one of 2-3 guys who literally don't care who I put in front of them; they'll say yes. Slim, you're gonna see very soon as well. So in terms of that, and I love that KSI was able to save the show even though he was injured, and we came up with this idea for him to basically put on an amazing show, release some of his new songs, play some of the old ones, and configuring it to make sure the audience are entertained and still give an opportunity for the up-and-comers like the Danny Aaronses and the HSs to really shine as well. I think it's a great hybrid of a show overall.
Yeah, and it is a hybrid show. How is that going to work? Is KSI going to be the start, the end, a little bit here and...
But I've seen it a few times where it just doesn't work. Yeah, and you're watching boxing and then there's like music for 20 minutes and it doesn't make sense and it's random. Then there's a couple of boxing matches, then there's another... It's not going to be discombobulated. It has to flow.
And finally, a little bit, do you reckon we'll see JJ fight again for the first time this year?
No. I think, like he said a few times now, is Q1 next year is the aim. Yeah. Big challenges only.
And Jake Paul, obviously, that's the fight that everyone wants to see. But
everyone wants to see it except Jake Paul. So.
To be honest, to give a fairness to JJ, I remember when we were starting out, I think JJ wanted it at 175, and he's compromised. He's come all the way to 185, which is probably not JJ's natural weight. Do you think it's kind of a case of Jake Paul? He's kind of playing around. He doesn't really want the fight.
Look, I don't think he's putting weight on just to avoid JJ, but I don't think his team, what's his head coach's name? The steroid cheat.
No, he's not got BJ anymore. I thought he was with
No, BJ is awesome. The steroid cheat guy. Anyway, whatever his name is, right? The guy who got busted for steroids. His head coach. So, why are you laughing, bro?
Because I actually don't know. I actually don't know
Come on,
his
do
name.
your research,
I don't know
man.
his name.
Yeah, whatever.
Jay Paul's too big for me. I don't.
Jay Leon Lies, something
Oh,
like
Jay
that.
Leon Love. Oh.
Yeah. So Lies, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really know too much about it.
Okay. Well, educate yourself on him. You'll see he was an up-and-coming boxer. Steroids. Bang. Not good morals. Not good. Because it's a dangerous sport.
Definitely.
Okay. And you don't want to have unfair advantages in this sport. But the thing is, that's the mentality that they have. Other than Tommy Fury, name one fair fight that Jake Paul has had. Can you?
I think all the fights that Jake Paul's had, to be honest, the odds were probably weighed in his favour, apart from that Tommy fight.
And maybe that's a smart way of being. Okay? If you want to just... What does that tell you, though? If you're just sort of setting things up to win for yourself, you're not challenging yourself. And if you're not challenging yourself, you're just doing it for the money and the fame or whatever, right? Elevating your fame and your name and pulling the wool over people's eyes. If you challenge yourself, then you really believe that, fuck, I want to do this. You know, so I think it's all fraudulent, to be honest with you. Because if you really want to challenge yourself, you put yourself in an even fight. You don't squeeze. The difference between JJ and a lot of MMA guys who, oh, yeah, screw it, I'll fight Jake Paul. I need the bag. I'll take this big bag. It's great. No disrespect to them. It's a hustle. They turned up. They've done their thing. JJ doesn't need to fight anyone unless it's on fair terms. And that's it. So...
Well, obviously, I'm looking forward to the show, the KSI concert, the amazing fights. Is there anything else I'll let you round off the interview. Anything else you want to add?
Listen, this pay-per-view, Saturday night, you're going to see star-making performances. Who will be the next pay-per-view star on this pay-per-view? JJ's new songs. It's just going to have a little bit of everything. We've got some surprises. Wait till you see the surprises as well.
So that's another thing I was going to ask. Any of JJ's features coming to the show? I've heard rumours of Trippie Redd.
Let's wait and see. It's going to be nuts.
Thank you very much for your time, as always. Appreciate it.